Hey guys, welcome back to Beast Quest, Series 15, Book 2, Xerik the Bone Cruncher. And it's been a while, hasn't it? But here we are back again, and here we are with Xerik. Okay, first, if you see my Wardock video, there was a few seconds of silence at one point. That was because I was checking my notes. Hopefully it wasn't too much of a wait for you. But with that being said, let's go on to Xerik. In this book, we learn that Velmal was in the process of reclaiming the ring of Tangala back from a merchant who had stolen it from him. And Velmal finally caught the thief. He fed him to the next evil creature, which is Xerik, a living plant monster that used its vines to move himself as limbs for, Xerik uses his vines as limbs, as, legs and arms and stuff. How unfortunate for the thief. He was fed to, Xerik, that's it. But I have a feeling we'll be seeing him later on. Tom and friends were preparing to leave while the villagers were rebuilding their town. Tom had befriended the boy he saved from Wardock, known as Jem. But then the Queen's elite guard came to arrest Tom. Tom told Eleanor to take Storm and await him at a certain point, while Tom told Jem to cause a landslide on his signal. As soon as one of the elite jumped down from her horse, Tom used the Golden Boot's power to hijack the ride and gallop away. Tom gave the signal, and the rock slide blocked off the elite. Joining back with Eleanor, Tom spanked the horse away and they headed out. I'm surprised Tom didn't keep the horse for Eleanor, but I guess he didn't want to be a criminal. But Tom normally does steal for the good of the kingdoms. He protects it sometimes, but oh well. Tom and friends spoke to Daltek, who explained things weren't looking good. Tangalians were starting to decide to banish Avaltians. They needed to hurry and clear their names, or a war could start all over again. Using the sand map Eleanor had swiped from Prince Rotu, they were able to find the best route to the next treasure of Tangala. They approached a ferryman who said he would charge them nothing to carry them down the river, but then the ferryman stopped them halfway. It was revealed that Prince Rotu was waiting for them on the other side. He took out a knife and cut their rope. So the ferryman was either paid off to do this, or the ferryman believed the prince was right because he's, royal blood. Tom and friends fought their way through the strong current until Eleanor shot an arrow. She planned to make an makeshift anchor on to hold them safely, but then they realized they were about to go over some falls. The anchor had stopped them before just going over, but it was clear the anchor wouldn't hold. Tom, Eleanor, and Storm all got off just in time, but Silver was too late. The anchor came loose, taking Silver and the raft with it. When they reached the bottom, there was no trace of Silver, but some wreckage of the raft. They salvaged the remains together and created some oars, continuing downstream. This way, no one could carry on. This way, no one could carry on their quest. But also, hopefully, they'd find Silver. Yeah, that's why they built the raft. They rebuilt the raft when the raft went over. They rebuilt it and carried on downstream from that point to carry on their quest, but also find Silver if he's alive. That is. Eleanor mentioned that Prince Rotu best not bump into them again, or otherwise she'll have a go at him. Tom and friends paddled downstream until they reached a town. It seemed deserted until they came across some distant yelling. Our heroes knocked as they explained they were from Panaya. They had come to help with this knowledge. With this knowledge, the people led our heroes in. Tom saw a young man yelling of shock and going on about a beast. Tom tried to get some answers out of him. As he began describing it, it had sharp teeth, and there was a mysterious man ordered him to be fed to it. We can guess who that man was. Suddenly the people yelled a roar, who heard something was coming their way. But luckily the villagers had captured the creature, but Eleanor suddenly called out, "Silver?" Indeed, it was Silver. Our heroes had tried to convince the people that Silver wasn't the beast, but of course they didn't buy it. They knocked out our heroes and planned to hang Silver to death. But then Storm came charging in, freeing Silver, who freed Tom and Eleanor, and then a girl cried something was coming. The people ignored her until a tentacle came and grabbed the girl, pulling her further away from our heroes. I'm not sure why the people would believe that Silver was the beast, because he really looked like a monster that the young man described. At the very least, they could have asked him before confirming the execution. Tom went to rescue the girl, and in there, that's where we see Xerik. He is revealed to also be capable of swimming in waters, as Tom fought his way to get to the girl back. Yeah, he fought his way to get the girl back. He spotted the ring of Tangala inside Xerik's throat. With Eleanor's help, they managed to save the girl and made a retreat. They gained the villagers' trust for the rescue and spoke to Brennan, the man who had originally spotted the creature in his bed. He didn't really spot the creature in his bed. He was the guy yelling earlier about the beast. He further explained Velma was planning to make a deal with him, but Brennan caught on that he was going to backstab him. So Brennan double-crossed him first, which is when Velma realized it was better to put the ring in Xerik's, like with Wardock. Truly, it seemed the most safest protection to stop Tom recovering them was on the beasts. Personally, I would have the items on me instead of giving them out, but what are you going to do? Anyway, Tom had come to the conclusion they had to get the ring without killing Xerik. Don't quite get that fully, but I'll go with it. They went back and prepared to face Xerik again, and with the power of the red jewel, they finally knew his name. Tom and Eleanor fought the beast while their animals were looked after by the people of the town. However, despite our heroes' best efforts, they were overpowered by Xerik, until Prince Rotu showed up, blasting the creature with powerful torches. This made Xerik sink into the swamps. Tom and others all assumed Xerik is dead. Yet Xerik is dead. And if that's the case, not only had Tom failed in retrieving the ring, but also he had failed as master of the beasts. I'm not following on his second reasoning. After all, these beasts are evil, so would killing them really be so wrong? Besides, I'm sure he killed other evil beasts in the past. You can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Tom and Eleanor were pissed at Rotu for how he took down Xerik, but to be fair, he did save their lives, so some gratitude wouldn't hurt. Anyway, everyone went back to the village, with Rotu explaining that the incident with the river was a joke, and then he bragged about him figuring out Xerik's fire weakness. He then took credit for the defeat of Wardock. First off, now we know the prince is a liar, so maybe what he mentioned with that being a joke thing with the river stuff could be a lie, as he doesn't like the Avantians. Plus, they're considered thieves. Plus, I'm gonna say Prince Rotu only got lucky with using the fire against Xerik. Wow, how ironic. How ironic he just manages to have fire on hand to take down Xerik. But yeah, surprise, Xerik is alive and gets revenge on Rotu by grabbing the entire hut and dragging him into the swamps. Tom now realized that he had to drag Xerik out in order to gain the upper hand. Our hero dived in to rescue Rotu. Tom was under the water, fending off Xerik's tentacles, and after a short scuffle he returned, giving Eleanor the signal to Storm to pull up Xerik. Because as Tom was down there, he had tied all of Xerik's tentacles, and Storm got a moment to shine. Using the combined strength of Storm's own inner strength and Tom's golden armor, they managed to drag out Xerik. However, the beast broke free near the shallow water. Our heroes quickly rescued Rotu, and he ran out of harm's way. Then Eleanor fired a barrage of arrows, pinning Xerik down. With no tentacles left, he was at mercy kill. Point for Tom. But our hero needed that ring back first. Xerik refused to let our hero have it, so Tom literally dived in the beast's throat to get the treasure. Damn. Tom used his shield to wedge Xerik's mouth open, so he could escape when he had the ring. He also had to be careful in case Xerik used his suction inside his throat to pull Tom down his belly. But luckily, he managed to find the ring just in time. However, the shield slipped. Tom was now trapped, but Tom wasn't going to let it end like this. He used the power of the golden armor, I'm guessing breastplate, leg armor, and boots, to do a powerful ram jump out of Xerik. Tom taunted Xerik, showing he had the ring, and with the beast defeated, Rotu was going to finish the creature off with his sword. Luckily, Silver stopped him, allowing Xerik to fade away. Tom took out his frustration on Rotu, and despite the prince saying that he shouldn't have a go at him after he saved their lives, Tom still told the spoilt prince to go home. But we know that that's not going to happen with the prince. Before our heroes leave, Brennan handed them a healing potion, which not only did they use to heal themselves, but also to aid them further on their quest as a tool which could be used later on. And as our heroes galloped away, another beast awaits them. I still prefer Wardok by a few points. It has a few more stuff with Velmal in it. Yeah, it has more Velmal in it, less small nitpicks, and it felt like a more intense battle. While Xerik, it seems to be more focusing on the rivalry with Tom and Rotu. Nothing wrong with that, but I feel like more focus should be on Velmal, as this is his revenge. However, with that being said, every character in this book has a moment to shine. Silver, sure he got nudged off from the raft, but he came and stopped Rotu from killing Xerik. Storm used his inner strength to help pull out Xerik, which tells me that the beast can't survive without a good amount of water, which did weaken Xerik a lot. Eleanor with her barrage of arrows pinning down Xerik, and Tom got to be more badass. Not only does he do heroic things, but I wasn't expecting him to jump into Xerik's throat, get the ring that way. And even Rotu managed to use the fire. Yeah, he even managed to use the fire, which turned out to be another weakening point for the beast. So even though I preferred Wardok, as it felt more tense, this is a pretty close one. But yeah, okay, that was basically Xerik. I think I may have a few stumbles with that one here and there, but I did try to re-go over the few little fumbles I had with it. But like I said, it's a pretty good book. It's very well paced, I think. You start off with them finding the next destination, and then you go on to the river stuff with that little joke with Rotu. Then it moves on to the village stuff, where they find the village, and then they see that, oh, they've caught Silver, and then it goes into the stuff with Xerik, who's kind of like this Merc creature. If you've seen Merc back in the olden days of Beast Quest reviews, has a similar thing going on with him, just without the body, you could say. And yeah, he's got the similar thing going on there. Prince Rotu coming in kind of caught me off guard and all that stuff. And then when they think he's dead, he comes back, of course, and he rises, and Tom does incredible things to get that ring. All in all, I think this is a great book. So many twists and turns, all coming in at once. But is it better than Wardok? Like I said, no. But overall, I think Xerik is a wonderful book, and a decent follow-up to Wardok. And it's not over yet. No, it's not. And I'm hoping we can get more Velmal, because it is his series. Well, his revenge. He needs to be in it a bit more, I think. So I'm hoping we can get that. Sadly, Xerik is the weakest book so far. But it's not weak in a bad way, because it's very close to Wardok. But anyway, next time on Beast Quest, like always, is none other than Plexor, the Raging Reptile. And that is confirmed to be a water beast. Till next time, guys, peace.